Retirement. You might be thinking it's too far to worry about, but what if I told you that your future depends on it right now? Stick around because I'm about to reveal the harsh truth about retirement planning that no one talks about. And remember, what you're about to discover is closely tied to your financial future. Don't click away. You won't believe the eye-opening connection between your life today and your retirement tomorrow. Ever heard of the 4% rule or the crossover point rule? These are game changers and it's going to change your misconception about retirement. This is information you need to know. And when I discovered this information, my mind went. These two concepts are game changers and it will help you lead you towards financial freedom. I don't want to be that person that when I hit the actual retirement age, which is age 65 in Canada, I don't want to have to work just to make sure I can pay my bills and all that stuff. I want to have enough money in the bank that I can pick up myself, go do whatever I want, not have to work. That's the type of life I want to live. And I can imagine that's the type of life you want to live too, right? If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to smile more, but this feels just strange, just always smiling, like la 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 la. Do you ever feel like, have you ever been in that situation where you're at work and you just have to smile all day and you're like, hey, hi, ha ha ha. That's how I feel right now. Let me just be authentic. This is my face. I got that permanent screw face, but listen, inside I'm really happy, right? Because I'm here sharing this information with you guys. And I'm just here to bring value. If you're worried about the way my face looks, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Focus on the value that I'm bringing. You have two of these, you have two of these. Just focus, pay attention, and listen. This will be valuable information. As you can see in the intro, I was showing you, yes you, on your phone like this, probably scrolling, watching TV, eating chips, doing the most. Please pay attention because you know why you need to listen to this? One day you're going to reach an age where you don't want to work, or you're going to reach the retirement age wherever you're watching this video. And guess what? You're going to be like, damn, I wish I listened to that video that guy was talking about with the glasses, Dean the wealth coach. Hit the subscribe button. I need you to really just buckle down and pay attention to this video. If you're listening up to this point, I acknowledge you for still being here. Take some notes down. If you're too lazy, just hit in the comments notes, and that lets me know that I should create a PDF version of my notes that I drop after every video. I'm considering doing that. So if it's something that you guys really want after watching this video, make sure to write notes in the comments. So by the end of the video, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to retire like a pro, no matter how distant it may seem now. A lot of people don't think about retirement when they're younger. I didn't think about retirement when I was in my 20s. I was like, I'll cross that bridge and I'll get there. But the reality is kicking in now. Every time I keep saying that, the older I get. I'm not getting any younger, right? And to make matters even more amplified, I have children. So I need to make sure that I have things set up in place where I don't want my kids having to take care of me. I want them to be able to enjoy their life while I enjoy my life, not me being a burden on them. Let me get into the 4% rule. What's the 4% rule? Imagine you have a big jar of candy that you want to enjoy for a very long time without running out. Imagine you have a jar of Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Just you have that big jar. The 4% rule is a plan for how many candies you can eat each year. It says that if you want your candies to last a long time, you should try to eat about 4% of them every year. If you have 100 candies, you can eat 4 candies each year. This way, your candies should last a really long time, even if you keep eating them every year. Imagine you have a bunch of money just sitting down, waiting for you to retire. And this doesn't just apply to when you're at the retirement age. You can do this at any age. So if you say you're 20 and you want to retire when you're 30, you need to calculate how much money you need when you hit the age of 30 for the next, like, say 25 years. 25 years is like the minimum for this rule to work. Every year, let's say you have $100,000. Of that $100,000, you'd be taking 4% of that. 4% of that is like $4,000. So every year you'd be living off of $4,000. If you need more than that, then your number has to get higher. I was reading in a book called Just Keep Buying. This is the book that I'm reading. If you haven't heard of it, get a copy of it. This book is a game changer. With this book, it's saying whatever your expenses are, you want to multiply that by 25. So whatever your expenses are by 25, that will be your future you money. And then based off of that money, you'll be able to just live comfortably for the next 25 years. So whatever it is that you want to do when you get older, you need to prepare for that now. You have that set up for yourself, you're blessed, trust me. How do I want to live my life for the next 25 years? And then it's almost like you figure out your end goal number and now you work backwards. How do I get that money? How do I get that $1 million? What am I going to do for the next 10 years to get that $1 million? What am I going to do for the next 5 years to get that $1 million? However long you want to take, however long your time horizon is, that's what you need to focus on. How you're going to get that money. The next one is the crossover point rule. Think about your pocket money or allowance. The crossover point is when the money you earn or save is more than the money you spend or use. Let's say you get $10 every week, but you only spend $5 on things you like. When you save more money than you spend, you've reached the crossover point. It's like having extra money left over, and it can help you have comfortable and secure future. Financial crossover point is a financial milestone where your income or your savings starts to exceed your expenses. So now imagine you have some income producing assets or some money machines. If you're wondering what a money machine is, there's a link up above that you can watch to learn what money machines are. But once you have a money machine, so say it's in the stock market and it's giving you like say $5,000 a month versus your expenses of $4,000 a month. Guess what? Your income or your money machine income has passed, or I don't know how you want to do that, but your money machine income has passed your monthly expenses. So you're in a good position. So if you're working before, you can be like, all right, F this, I'm not working no more. I have enough money to take care of me based off of my money machine or my passive income, whatever it is that you have set up. So that's something good to have. I like the crossover as well. These are two very good strategies. If you implement them right away, you'll start seeing results or getting closer to that goal that you're setting up. Many retired people, they worry that they don't have enough money, or when they get close to retirement, they worry that they won't have enough money to survive. Funny fact is, retired people actually spend less than what they saved up for once they reach that age. Why? Because a lot have their house paid off by that time. They don't really need a new vehicle. They don't buy clothes as much as we do when we're younger. So a lot of these things they don't have to worry about and they're not spending money on. So if they saved up for say a mortgage for 25 years, in 25 years that mortgage is going to be paid off. So they don't have to worry about that. They're only probably paying property tax, insurance, maintenance, whatever, right? They're going to have a lot of extra money left over because of that. One thing that people don't consider with retirement, that's aside from money, is what am I going to do? If you don't have a plan of action what you're going to do, you're going to drive yourself mad. Like, you need to figure out what it is that you're going to do when you're retired. Whether you're retiring young or you're retiring old, you will become bored very quick. Like, I don't want to be that person just sitting on the couch every day just watching TV like this. No, thank you. That's not fun. That's not exciting. Like, I need to find things to do. I know for a fact I'm going to be reading a lot. I have a lot of books. There's a lot of books that I want to read. Probably a lot of exploring, just doing many different things. This YouTube thing is going to really keep me on my toes. It's my plan for the next 10 years. And probably in the 10 years after that, I'll still be doing YouTube. It all depends, right? But I just like bringing value to you guys, things for you guys to consider. There's a term that I heard called FIRE that stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. It's a movement focused on saving aggressively, investing wisely, and living frugally to achieve financial independence and retire at a younger age, typically in your 40s or earlier. It requires discipline, financial planning, and lifestyle adjustment. FIRE is a good concept as well, but going back to what I said, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to drive yourself mad. Kevin O'Leary said he sold his first company, I think around the age of 35. And he said, I drove myself crazy because I had absolutely nothing to do. Working a job is not the end of the world. Working a job can actually be something good. Like, it helps fill that void in your day. Like, imagine being retired for 20 years, sitting there doing absolutely nothing. To me, that sounds like you're in jail, and that's like solitary confinement. Like, that would drive me absolutely insane. Like, having nothing to do, just sitting there every day, just like, no, that's boring. So you want to figure out what it is that you want to do. And I think figuring out that first will motivate you. Once you know what it is that you're going to do when you retire, then that will kind of give you that fuel you need to get on the journey of making that money so that you can retire at that age that you want, that you desire to retire at, or get that money that you need, and then you're off to the races. So I really wanted to talk about that video because I'm hitting a new milestone in my life that I need to start thinking about retirement. So if you say you're somebody that wants to travel, what does that look like? How much will it cost you to travel for 25 years or for the next 25 years? How much is it? How expensive is it going to be? Prices will change, but it's something for you to consider to just get a ballpark figure as to how much it will be. Other thing is that you need to consider is if you retire early, let's say in your 20s, now you want to hang out with your friends. Your friends are probably in school, they're probably working. Now what do you do with yourself? Yeah, you can go find new friends, but maybe those new friends are working as well. So you got to really be mindful as to when you retire and what you're going to do when you retire. Going back to what I was saying about Kevin O'Leary, he says working is not the worst thing. Like, it's actually the greatest thing that he did going back to work, because you have like a sense of identity when you actually go to work. You can socialize with people. Like, you feel like you belong there. But when you're at home, you're almost like a faded memory. Like, nobody remembers you. It's like, oh yeah, I remember Dean used to work here like 10 years ago. I wonder where he is now. Like, you're a faded memory, right? Social wealth is something that we all need. We all need to talk to people, interact with people. It's just a way of life. Like, if you sit there and not talk to anybody or just stare at the wall, you might as well watch paint dry, or like paint dry. That's literally solitary confinement. Just sitting there absolutely doing nothing. That would drive me insane. Now, you're probably not sure of the amount you need, or the numbers that you have calculated while watching this video scare you. Don't worry. You can watch the video up here next on how to save money effortlessly to help you get to retirement at the age, at the time, whatever it is that you desire.